This is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries. It is a week, like a week ahead reading. I don't really put a timestamp on it, to be honest with you. It comes to you when it's supposed to come to you. But it's going to give you a really good understanding of the energies that you're going to be dealing with. So, suggestion, check out your moon and your rising sign and your sun sign, so that you really understand the full spectrum of the energies that you're going to be dealing with. Pisces, this is for sun, moon, and rising, and of course cross watchers, welcome. And there's always an extended video. If you love my readings, if you love the channel, the best way to support the channel is to subscribe. Click that link below, that little rectangle, and then also ring that bell. Show your support and love of the video by liking the video. Ring that bell to get all notifications. I upload Pisces between 8 and 9 a.m. every single Wednesday. That's Los Angeles time. That's around noon out on the East Coast. And if you want to catch me live, you can. Monday through Friday, I go live on my Instagram account, so you can find me at born_without_boundaries. Let's dive in. Let's go. Pisces. I'm doing something a little bit new, so toward the end of the video, I'm going to break this up into love, career, and money. I've gotten a lot of feedback, and you know, I'm an energy reader. I'm an intuitive, so I describe energies to people, and they're like, I need specifics. I want to know like details, and so I'm doing this to try to help people a little bit understand how to apply the energies into specific categories in your life. What do we got? Something's moving really slow to the point where you might be really irritated by it, or feel like you've sold yourself short to sort of get other people's work done, and that your work isn't getting done, or something's moving very, very slowly. Sometimes this is the slow and steady wins the race card. But I just immediately when I saw it, I'm like, something's moving way too slow for Pisces. This is ungratifying, especially with finances. But this is still your general, so you could apply it to basically anything. There's a displeasure here, and how it's almost boring. Like I'm gonna say, it's like the vibe is borderline. It's getting boring. I don't want to do it doesn't thrill me, it doesn't excite me, it doesn't interest me. It's moving too fucking slow, and that's not cool. Ooh, suki baby. Maybe I spoke too soon, or maybe I'm speaking about two different aspects of your life, right? We have the Two of Cups, baby. So if I read these two cards together, it's basically saying slow down, because this relationship is worth it, or take your time, go steady. Going steady, you could be escalating your relationship to going steady. If I read these two cards apart, finances, something's moving way too slow. Romance, something's heating up. Okay. Listen, I don't know. You know, lots of times, sometimes people don't give a shit about love, right? We're like, yeah, maybe I've been married for 1,000 years, and that's not really what I want to hear, right? So ultimately, I think there is, in other words, I take back what I said in the beginning before I flipped over both cards. There's passion here. There's a want to be together, or there's a want to continue along this path. There's desire, but there's frustration with sort of the development and how fast things are going. Maybe because you know this is right, and there are obstacles somehow getting in your way. Let's see. Pisces. 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 Something from your past. Ooh. Embarrassment. This is the Six of Wands in reverse. Something embarrassed you. Public humiliation. So maybe you're taking it slow because you don't want to release this announcement or announce something and get embarrassed because something doesn't work out. So when it comes to romance, you could be like, it's not that I don't love you or that I don't want things to work out, but let's just keep some shit that we're doing. Maybe you've been married for 50 years and you're building a business. Maybe you just met 2 weeks ago, but you're really excited about this person. Whatever it is, you want to keep something just between the two of you. You don't want to bring this out into the public sphere right now, simply because you want to avoid the vitriol of public input, right? And you know, maybe you'd made an announcement in the past and it blew up in your face. So it's like, I'd rather not get the hype started. Let's keep this between the two of us right now and take this a little bit slower. If you're talking about something in terms of your career, that's also a sense of maybe you announced something in the past. There was a big debut that was going to happen, or you announced to your parents, I got the job in the best law firm, before you actually got it. And then it ended up blowing up in your face, or it ended up maybe taking longer and it wasn't as secure as you thought it was. And the Two of Cups implies that this is a wonderful partnership. So it implies that eventually it'll work out, but the process is going to be slow. And I feel like there's this hesitation of sharing that process until you're more certain of what's up. Let's get to the nitty-gritty. Pisces. I love this reading so far. You guys are motivated. I love that. Highly motivated Pisces. Always highly motivated. Oh, shut the front door. She-wolf. Unleash the wild within. Ow. Howl at the moon. And you know that you're very connected to the moon. In fact, the moon card is yours and tarot represents you. So 076, happy birthday, Michelle Sanagate. I'll tell you all about that in the extended. She-wolf, you're ready to howl at the moon. This is also frustration, but this is also asserting who you are. But the moon, remember, is also this emotional space that you sort of keep to yourself. So this is something that you're still doing in the dark. It don't mean it's shady. It just means that, once again, it's almost like reinforcing for me that you're still keeping this to yourself, but it is an expression of yourself. And it's so ready to come out. There's a strength here. There's a power here. There's a connection here. The wolf knows the moon has meaning. The wolf can feel the life of the moon. The wolf celebrates the moon, right? Don't have to make sense to anybody else. You're just letting your inner self out. Because that's the howl of the moon. The moon is your inner self. The howl of the moon is the release of the inner self and the expression of that. I feel, though, that you're still keeping this in the dark. Not necessarily, maybe you're doing something in the dark. You're working on this. It's almost like you're moonlighting. Could be moonlighting with a certain thing. You know what moonlighting is, right? It's doing it after work, right? After your day job, you got a side hustle. Just happens to be the side hustle is a deeper expression of who you are than that day job. So this is definitely your inner beast, your inner ferocity coming out. And then we have High Priest. Ooh, this is a spiritual change for you. It is a spiritual, you're almost like you're taking spiritual leadership. So you're taking leadership position. High Priestess, harness mystic power. Harness mystic power by howling at the moon. You could be doing manifestations, magic, spells, whatever it is. It's like you are casting a spell, even if you don't know it. With your words and with your expression, you're calling it out loud. You're manifesting it into reality through vocalization, right? And this is so it's a chant, a prayer, something you say every day. It's like Spirit wants to draw your attention to the fact if you say it every day, it's a spell. So that's why I want to bring your attention to it, because you've been saying it every day. So careful the tale you tell, that is the spell. You've been saying something every day. It could be good, especially good if you understand what you're doing. But if you don't understand what you're doing and you say something every day like, I'm fucking sick of this, it's never going to work out. I'm sick of this, and I mean, 100%, your sickness toward it is going to build, and it's never going to work out. But you don't realize that you're casting the spell. Your vocalization have meaning. I think that there's a lot of intent here, though, because High Priestess means, oh, you know what you're doing. Very much so. And you're taking a leadership position, especially in a spiritual sense, maybe being a spiritual center of your community. I don't think this necessarily has anything to do with, or maybe it is inspired by this feeling of things being too slow. And it's sort of, I don't know, bringing out your inner beast. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Hermit, retreat and recharge. Meditation is key for you right now. And I feel like you're going to get some major downloads when you give yourself that quiet time. And I know people always say, clear your mind. Pisces, it's not about clearing your mind. No, you can't completely clear the mind. The mind's always working. But focus on, like right now, I have a fan running. Focus on the sound of the fan. It's boring, it's monotonous, it's unintrusive, and it'll lull you into a state of almost hypnosis. Focus on the hum of the refrigerator or the whirring of a running dishwasher. Focus on like what you would call white noise. And there's this just that will help clear your mind of anything else. At least it's sort of taking, it's sort of taking your brain off of all the other things by giving it something to think about, but it's something mundane, so it's leaving a lot of space for other thoughts to come in, pure thoughts or realizations, awakening. Meditation is here. This is also a sense of healing. You could be stepping out and starting to take a leadership position in terms of healing. If you're a doctor, that's literal. Or if you're not, but you're a lay person, it just means that getting in touch with your health is very important, and you're starting to do it ferociously. You don't want to settle for something less. Flexible is here. Interesting. You just work, you're like flexible is strength. I know that sounds crazy what I just heard that, but it's like your flexibility is your strength. You are malleable. You can do wear many hats. It's a strength, and it's also very impressive. You can actually be doing something with your body and working on your actual flexibility and your actual physical strength, or just a sense of trying to get your mind to be flexible, so that you get out of a state of stasis and boredom, which you don't want to be stuck in. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Trapped in fear. This is in the past. So this is stagnation, right? Trapped in fear of losing this relationship. This is a sense of, this came out. It could be a breakup of a partnership, and it was out loud. So in other words, it was too in the public. And your sadness, this was in the past. Trapped in fear. It's like you let it out. You let this, you let it out. You stopped, you let the disconnection, you announced it. You announced that something had broken up. Or it just came out without your power. Because honestly, it kind of had to pop, right? It had to pop. And that started your positive movement forward. A part of you was stuck in this circumstance or situation, Pisces. This could be just, and this is travel. Getting out there, doing something, it's almost like maybe you've had enough of each other. This could be an actual breakup, or just a sense of we need a change of pace because we're starting to really get on each other's nerves. Or once again, this could have been an actual breakup and you're starting to move on from it finally. Or there's just like dissonance in your relationship right now, but you're finally letting it out so you can move on. Positive movement forward is addressing this. You're not suffering in silence anymore. You're telling somebody how you feel. Pisces, love. Let's start with love. Tell me what Pisces needs to know in terms of love. Love. Okay. Great mystery. Pisces in love, please. Pisces in love. Pisces in love, please. Pisces in love. You're still looking back at the past. Five of Chalices is what's burdening you. You're carrying too much weight because you're still looking at a relationship in the past that you can't let go of. Yeah, this sense of a loss from the past is still is offering challenges. It's a heavy burden. It's too much. It's putting a burden on how passionate you can be currently, because you keep looking back. And then we have, guess what? Now is a good time to move on, to move forward. Maybe you felt like you moved on too quickly from that past relationship. It's almost like now you're doing a recap in your mind. Did I do the right thing? Did I leave the right person? But there might be something permanent about this that you can't go back on. And that's what the burden is. And that's why you keep thinking of this. Because thinking the thoughts is the only way you can be back in that relationship. Because conceptually is the only thing you have left. Whatever happened, happened and it's done. So there is just this sense of feeling like you didn't do enough or you moved on too quickly. That's impacting your current romance or your ability to have one. What about career, Pisces? What about career? What about career? There's a difference between career and money. Career is what you are manifesting or building, what you create amongst your community and your world, what you dedicate your life to. That's your career. Even if you don't make money. I do money and career separate because how you make money is different. Right? Your career could be something you don't make much money at all. So you got to have that side hustle that we talked about, right? Or you just got to have money coming in. So we're going to do actual money, the financial resource coming in. Then we're also going to do career right now. So this is career and the progress that you're making or not making. Career, we have the Ten of Swords. So, and I got this. This is, okay. This is the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords in terms of career is you feel like something's over. You've suffered a lot because of something. And you're kind of done. So what's over though in terms of career? Is the career over? It's like you've had the last straw and you decided to move on from it? Or is the pain and suffering over? Because the Ten of Swords definitely implies like the worst is over. So let's get a little bit more on career here, please. Career for Pisces, please. Career for Pisces. Clarify, please. This is actual death. It's over. Finished. Destruction. So you could be suffering from a loss of a career or a huge career loss. Huge career loss. So how about money? We're going to talk all about like we'll go into it deeper. Money for Pisces. You've been working really hard for money. Money is you're a little step ahead. Seven of Wands is here. So you stood your ground and you continue to make this money. So the money is continuing to come in, but you had to work really hard for it and deal with a lot of shit for it. But at least there's a little bit of a leg up. And then you have Capricorn energy, which is fear. So even though it's a little bit of a leg up, there's fear here that it's not going to be enough. This could also be vices, trying to struggle with not spending as much money in order to, and you know, indulging in vices because you only got a little leg up and you don't want to lose it. This is also Capricornian energy. It could be that you're going back to the corporate world just to make money. There's more. We're going to continue over in the extended. I hope you come over. I'll see you there.